Okay, 2013 Jeep JKU Moab Edition. That's the 4-door. Okay, I was gonna do an install video on the winch I installed, but my other camera died, so I'm just gonna have to show afterwards. First thing I want to show is these hood locks. I got rid of those rubber bands that were on this Jeep. Paid about a little under 50 bucks for these things. And as you can see, they are locking, and that has eliminated the infamous hood flutter that these Wrangler styles are notorious for. The other thing I have installed on this is, I'll show it right here, I put in the wild boar grab handles. Bought this thing about 6 months ago. I'm slowly adding things onto it. Okay, main reason for this video is I was able to stay with the stock Moab bumper, both sides, and I went with the Bulldog winch plate that supposedly fits these Moabs, model number BDW 20209 with the MM3 edition. Okay, I was able to put the Bulldog winch plate in here, and I'm going to look down in there. That vacuum canister is a tight fit. That took a little finagling to make sure it cleared the sway bar, the front sway bar of the Jeep. What I installed on the winch itself is, as you can see it there, it's the Badlands winch, 12,000 pound. I got a deal on that because I kind of joined them. That winch only cost me $270. The other thing I did is I couldn't figure out how to get the license plate remounted on this thing because of the fair lead took up the old spot for the license plate. So what I managed to do, I'll have to blank out that license plate later, is I kind of thought out of the box, and this piece right here was a piece of wood framing bracketry. It turned out that for the license plate itself, those holes there were perfect for my license plate. And then down here, I went through the Moab bumper, which is solid steel, drilled a couple of holes, and then brought a couple of bolts up through, and then I painted afterwards. Basically masked everything off and then sprayed that after the fact with some rust-sealing semi-gloss, and it worked very well. And this thing, it's solid, and I used to bolts this bracket, and then underneath the bracket are a couple of half-inch nylon spacers, and it came up with a perfect tight fit on that thing. As I said, main thing is putting this in. I was doing it alone, and the skid pan underneath, that's solid steel also. And I've still got to figure out, the only thing I ran into is on all of these front bolts here, down there, and on the other side in this area. I'm going to have to drill those out and figure out a way to hold the metal plate to the bumper, because with the new fair lead plate and the winch plate itself, it's made it so the bumper and the skid plate don't quite line up. And I'm going to have to figure out how to make those, open the holes up and make those line up and then bolt it down. Other than that, the installation, if it had been two people, would have been easy. One person with the weight, a lot more difficult. And as I said, you had to kind of finagle the vacuum down in there, vacuum canister, because that, as I said, is a very tight fit. So you have to set it up loose and move everything around to make it work. Thank you for your time.